Hi everybody, welcome to December, and we've just had so much fun downtown Stillwater, kind of the kickoff to hometown for the holidays. We had Small Business Saturday, and that was so much fun. Hannah and I were downtown dipping in and out of a lot of shops and restaurants. We got things to decorate the house for Christmas, some stocking stuffers. Ooh, I got this necklace that it's Minnesota made because it had a little compass on it, which seemed appropriate for Truen group. And then, there's just so much going on, and there's still more going on. We have carriage rides, there's photos with reindeer. I can't even think of everything. Oh, at the Zephyr Theater, there's It's a Wonderful Life is going to be showing. So come down, the bridge is lit up, it's beautiful, there's music playing, it's so festive. It's everything you think about as the holidays is happening here. But there's also a lot of time between now and Christmas for shopping. And so Connie and I are going to talk. She has a lot of connections here in Stillwater, so she and I are going to talk about some of those shops and some of the things you can find. So Connie, you know how much I love shopping in this town, and there's so many unique stores, and there's pretty much something for everybody. And of course we have women's clothing and gifts and all that, but there's some other segments that I don't think people realize, we have that here in Stillwater. One is men's clothing. Of course, we have Minnesota Made, which has some phenomenal shirts and stuff going, hats, and so clothing does. Enchante now has a men's section, which is phenomenal.
Which I didn't know, so you've taught me something.
Yeah. They just added that. I think it's called Garçon or something, and okay. So it's just super cool. But then we also have a lot of kids' toys around town too, like gifts for children.
You can find a lot of unique items. Gully Wubbles is one of them.
Yep.
You can find, so that one actually has a lot of local artists that bring stuff in. So things you're not going to find other places, which makes it cool.
Gully Wubbles is right on Main Street, and if you're ever walking down, I don't know in the winter, but in the summer they have like bubbles, actually, like a little bubble machine, which is always fun.
Yeah. Another one is Little Tulip. It's a few blocks up by the post office. Has a lot of fun little, like from little tiny kids. Anyway, growing up, there's a good variety there.
It is probably, I know Chantel, one
That's
of our
like
agents, it's one of our favorites. Yeah, it's got the cutest stuff up there.
Yep. And then there's Alfresco. It's right downstairs from our office here, and they have a big variety, and that does go for, it's not even just kids' clothing. It's kids' clothing, toys, houseware.
Games, puzzles for big and little kids.
Yeah. So big variety. I mean, that's like a one-stop shop where you could find a big variety of gifts.
We have some great bookstores, Valley Books. I mean, we really do. If you're shopping in Stillwater,
it's a fun place to come and check it all out. Go shop to shop.
Shop to shop. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're done with your holiday shopping. The Christmas presents have been opened. We're rolling into January where it's cold and it's dark because we're in Minnesota. And so Katy, our marketing coordinator, who's so involved in everything we do for our clients and kind of getting there when they list their home and getting that out there, let's talk about how do you make your house presentable in January after all the festivities of the holiday season.
Right. All the lights come down.
Yeah.
First of all, January is a great time to sell. You kind of get a jump start before the spring rush.
Yes.
And things sell, right?
Yes. I mean, people think they're in this, like, we don't sell homes in the winter in Minnesota, but we do. Yeah. And we sell a lot of homes, actually. Yeah.
So some tips, if you are listing your house or if your house is on the market in January, it is dark in January. So make sure your house, even though your Christmas lights should be down, make sure your house is bright. So your outdoor light bulbs are bright. Get those lamps on. Every light you can turn on for showings, make sure that happens.
Yeah, and speaking of lamps, if you don't have enough, go get some.
Yep.
I mean, there's some rooms where, you might not have an overhead light. We need people to be able to go in right away and
and it just makes it cozy and warm.
Yeah, exactly.
You need that in January. Secondly, it's cold. Keep your house warm. People want to feel warm and cozy when they walk in your house, especially if they're wanting it to be their house.
I know, and we talk about energy conservation, and I know, like, we try to keep it reasonable, but when you have showings, or an open house,
Yeah.
that's not the time to keep the thermostat down.
Right.
Crank that baby
Crank
up.
it up.
Mhm.
Get the fireplace on.
Yeah, exactly.
And thirdly, we kind of mentioned it, get those Christmas decorations down. Once it's over, take the tree down.
Yeah.
Lights.
Get everything
Yep.
put away, cleaned up.
Yep, decluttered.
Yeah.
That just always.
And we come in as a team, we'll come in and help you decide what needs to go, what doesn't need to go. We have our designers come in. So yeah, there's a lot you can do, but light it up and keep it warm.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we just jumped ahead to January, but let's back it up again and talk about the market update now. And so Chantel is here to talk about what's going on. And our numbers, of course, we're filming this right at the beginning of December, so our numbers are really back in October, but they do give us kind of a big picture.
Yeah, definitely. So for Washington County, currently active is 560 homes or properties,
Right.
and St. Croix County is at 281, and those are both about a 38-39% drop.
Inactive on the market. So we still have low inventory.
Yes, yep. And then days on the market, Washington County is about 10 days on the market, which is down 52%, and St. Croix is 36 days on the market, which is down 26%.
And I know it seems like St. Croix County, this is in Wisconsin, has a lot more more than 3 times, but at the same time, there's more rural land. It gets further out there when you're in St. Croix County than here in Washington County, so that makes sense to us.
Yep.
What about the Twin Cities?
Twin Cities overall is about 11 days on the market. So Washington isn't that far off. And I mean, I remember even just like last year, it was like 10 days on the market. Like, what's wrong with this house?
I know,
Why
I
isn't
know.
it sold yet? So we're just kind of seeing things kind of be a little bit more steady.
Right.
And not as chaotic as
Crazy.
they were.
It was Crazyville.
Yeah.
It was. And a lot of our clients lived through that. It was great for sellers, not so great for buyers, but the interest rates were still low enough that it made sense, and it still makes sense. So what about average sale price? Everyone wants to know what kind of appreciation they're looking at.
Yeah, so Washington County, 380,000 is the average sale price, which is up 11.4%, which is awesome.
Right.
St. Croix is 327, which is up 13.1%, and the
Nice.
Twin Cities overall is 335,000, which is up 11.7%.
So we're right in that 11-12% range, which is what all the predictive models had said. That's the kind of appreciation you can look for in your homes. What about going forward? Because we, at Truen Group, we're always looking at these numbers. We're looking at historically what happened, how, and then we look at what is everyone saying and what are we seeing going forward.
Yeah. So I feel like I hear all the time, like, when is the bubble gonna pop? And we're really just not in a bubble. Like, this
No.
is our new normal
Yeah.
of the housing market and everything like that. So there's nothing that's gonna pop and then all of a sudden come down, you
Right.
know?
Nothing crazy like we saw in
Yeah,
08.
so I think, what was it, like 8% is like appreciation expected for next year. So it is gonna come down a little bit,
Yeah.
but not to the point where there's going to be this panic, and it's still going to be a seller's market for sure.
It will be. And like I said, we've had 12 and we go down to 8. I think it's more of a plateauing and leveling off. I think we believe we're still going to see some multiple offers in certain segments, certain price points, or very unique properties, but not like I said, not the Crazyville that we saw this past year. Still a good time to get into the market, and still a good time because interest rates are starting to eke up. So it's a good idea to, go buy a home also while you can,
For
while
sure.
the rates are down. We should talk about that next time, about buying power and interest rates when they go up. What's that mean for your buying power? But that's for another segment. All right. Well, thank you. So please check out below. We have buyers. Like we said, it's still a seller's market and inventory is down. So please check below in this newsletter for a list of our buyers. And if you know someone or your house fits one of those categories, give us a call. So speaking of buyer needs, we are gonna next month, we really will do a segment on buying power and when interest interest rates go up, but your prices stabilize, what does that mean for you and what you qualify for? But for Rehab Corner, we usually go out and see Jacob and what he has going on, and there's a lot going on out there, but we're going to take a break from that, and we're going to talk to Dave Craig. He's a mortgage specialist here in Stillwater, and we're going to talk about rehab loans, because there's a lot of misconceptions out there about that, and let's talk about what they are, how to qualify, or who qualifies. So I have clients, and a lot of them are very handy, and we show them a home, and they're like, I'd want to finish the basement, do something. Hey, I can just get a rehab loan. That's not always the case. I get the question once in a while, you probably get it all the time. How does that work?
Yeah, I do get that question a lot. So how that process works is first you go out and find that home that you want to buy. And like you said, you found a home that needs some work on it. And so you want to make an offer on that house and figure out a price based off what that house is worth today as it stands today. Mm-hmm. And then you have that work you want to do. So you figure out what it is you want to do on the house. You have to have a contractor come in, and you're going to want to pick one contractor to kind of general the whole project. You're not going to want to go out and find subs for each project being done. And then have that contractor work up a bid of, cost of labor, cost of materials, and what is the total cost is going to be to do that project. And then once we have that amount in the system, then we're going to take the price that you paid for the house plus that cost for construction to figure out that total cost. Then the next step is going to be the appraised value. So then I'm going to talk to you a little bit and say, okay, the project's going to cost $50,000. Let's say they paid $350,000 for the home. So now will it appraise for $400,000? That's the question.
And we'll look at the comps in the neighborhood and ones that are updated and say, yeah, all day long, this is going to be great. Or we're kind of pushing it a little.
Right. So that can work as well for pushing it a little bit. So the first loan we would try to do would be a conventional loan, which essentially you can put as little as 5% down, and the house needs to appraise out at the full amount. So let's say the $400,000 in this case. But if it's not going to appraise, maybe hit 385, 390 on the appraised value, we could look at an FHA 203K because they allow a little leeway in that appraised value.
And back to the contractor. So again, our handy DIYers, they can't do any of the work themselves. It's got to be a general or licensed or.
Okay, yeah. So the investors want the contractors doing the work unless you're licensed in one of the projects. So if you're a plumber or an electrician, you can do that work. And they generally let you do painting or something like that as well.
Okay. Even though some of us should never do any of the painting. Peter Brown, who does all our painting and is phenomenal, he will tell you Laurie should not be painting her own house. All right. And so all the qualifications are the same, whether you're going to do it as a rehab loan or just move into the house as is, same thing. So you would qualify them at the beginning and say you qualify up to 400.
Yep.
And if you think you're going to do work on a house, you got to look for something in the less, and that's your total.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yep. So the qualification is the same whether you're doing a rehab or not. Just one of the differences is timing. So you can go out and buy a house that's ready to go. You don't have to do any work on it. You can probably close in 30 days. But on this project, you probably need 45 to 60 days. And mainly because it's going to take the contractor a couple weeks to put the bids together, figure out the labor and materials. And then once you have that all established, we can get closed in 30 days probably from that point.
So in a seller's market, that's a little tough to, unless the house really needs work, and so they don't have as many buyers.
Right.
So have you seen less of these loans lately than you would in a buyer's market?
Yes,
Probably?
there's been quite a few less. Yep.
Yeah, I could see that.
And another thing is once you close on the house, they typically give you 6 months to complete the project.
Okay.
So you do have to get going pretty quickly once you know what you're doing.
Make sure the lumber is there.
Yeah, with COVID and everything like that, you got to
it's-
make sure the materials are going to be there. And they'll give you some leeway on that a little bit. If we can go to the investor and say, look, we're behind because materials are backed up, they'll give us more time.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
So December 18th is our anniversary here at Truen Group. We're so excited. So much has happened this year, and we're so blessed and grateful for everything. But before I get into what that means for our team, I want to just put a pitch out there. we have this really cool giveaway we're going to do, and it's 2 tickets to the Winter Classic where the Wild play the St. Louis Blues at Target Field on New Year's Day. These tickets, I think the face value is around $360 per ticket. So it's a great giveaway. We're going to announce it. Please follow us on Instagram, Truen Group, and we are going to make the announcement. The contest goes the December 12th through December 16th, and we'll make the announcements December 17th, so you have plenty of time if you're the winner, or maybe it can be a special Christmas gift for someone that you love a lot, because these are hot tickets. So let's talk about our year in review. It has been an insane year. Stephanie and I decided to start this team on, I think December 18th is our official anniversary date. And it was right before Christmas, and we kind of got up and rolling. And Jacob, shortly after that, joined us. So it was kind of the 3 of us figuring out what we were doing. And I had told Tom, my husband, that we needed office space. And at that point, we were just looking to rent. And he decided instead that it would be a great idea if we just bought a building. So he purchased the building here at 321 Main. Took a little longer than I wanted, but it was perfect timing for everyone involved, and we opened our offices. During that time, Chantel joined us, which was such a blessing to all of us, and I can't say enough about everyone on our team. And since then, we've also added Connie and Sherry, and then on the support side of us, because we cannot do this on our own, we, of course, have Tammy, who is our rock-solid admin, and then we have Katy as our marketing coordinator, who you saw earlier, and Jess as transaction coordinator. We have so much help that what we do for our clients, we hold to the highest standard, and it does really take the whole team to pull this off, because we don't do anything halfway. And so we're just so blessed. We have this beautiful office. We got our sign up last week. That was exciting. We have chairs we actually have to unpack. And then we'll have all our chairs. We've got beautiful sunlight. And I don't know. I want to give a tour of this office because it's just so incredible. And if you're wondering what our name means, please, there's a link below where we explain how we came about with our name. And actually, Tom is the one who came up with it. And it completely fits what we do and who we are here at Truen Group. So thank you. Have a blessed holiday and an incredible new year. Remember to follow us on Instagram so you can be part of the drawing, and we'll see you in January.